Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We have kind of a celebrity in the house today. A special guest that means a lot to me to have him here. I'd like to welcome you to some special time with the Honda S2000. Definitely one of my favorite cars in the Honda lineup. For very many obvious reasons. It has it all. It has the looks, it has the response, the appeal, the sexiness, and it's a convertible, which is just incredible. And please forgive me, I'm just doing a one-take overview of the car, and so I'll be rambling and trying to come up with stuff, but you've heard it all before. I mean, the car has some incredible lines that you don't see very often, you know, with a car of this price. Look how flat the fender is over the hood. It's and look how wide and long the hood is. You know, you don't see that. It's really rather phenomenal when you think about the design and the engineering of this car. The corner markers are cool, the mirrors are cool, the wheels are cool. This car is 100% functional too. I liken this car to the Mazda Miata quite a bit, but it's like the Miata plus 40%. Take everything you love and know about a Miata and give it to Honda and watch them just make it more intense. It's actually a little bit tighter in the cockpit for me than a Mazda Miata. But yeah, watch this. You hear the fuel pump prime. You watch the gauges go through their test. It's really a thing of beauty. What do we have over here on the right? Fan control. Now, this is an AP2, so it's quite a bit different than the AP1. But still, I mean, these very mechanical controls. You know, they're digital, but they have a notch in them. Like, I love that. I love that. Do you hear all that racket? Mechanical. I'm in first gear. I'm in second. The shift knob is nice and heavy. You know, it gets the job done. Very minimalistic. There's the famous start button. Volume controls, because that's super important. Just like shifting the car. Yeah, look at that audio control just right here. So this car, like the Miata, is all about the driver's experience. And this car is red. Red is my favorite color for a Honda because my first few Hondas were red. Oh my, did you see that? Did you hear it and see it? Shh. Let's do that again. Oh my god, I'm in love. And then just a power shift knob. Look at the seat. Look at the seat. Look how thin it is. The door panel. Clean. Everything is very clean. Very sensible. Let's pop the hood. Turn off the key there. Yeah, I'm using a GoPro today, and I can't use my mad editing skills by just pausing it and starting it. So, yeah, please forgive the quality of today's video. But I will do a test drive of this car, and it will be super fun. But yeah, so there's the gold spark plug cover, which signifies the second generation, or the AP2 S2000. So it has a 2.2 liter engine that produces more torque, but the same horsepower number. But it does produce more horsepower on a dyno. And other minor revisions. I like how they did the heater control valve there. There's your VTEC solenoid. It's your drive belts, your air intake, your cone filter is in here. Yeah. ABS unit, brake master cylinder. Yeah, all very cool. And this thing needs to center. What happened? Okay, sorry about that. Let's raise the car up. Alright, now we get to have a look under the car. Let's see what we see, shall we? There's a horn. We should test that. Alright, so first off, front suspension. We have a rather large sway bar with a little link and a strong upper A-arm. With a strong lower A-arm. So very, very independent suspension. No front wheel drive, so very just direct. All you have to think about is steering for the front end, well, and braking while you're driving. But they didn't go overboard with multi-piston calipers. And these work fine for the size of the vehicle. And you have this beefy subframe. I remember the first time I got under this car, I was like, this car is hardcore. We have a brace here. We have, you know, like this A-arm suspension that is just all form and race function. And the frame is very stiff, of course, since it's a convertible. And then, yeah, the manifold is a thing of beauty. I actually have a couple manifolds here in the shop that we can look at. This is probably a sound deadener to change the tone a little bit, and then you have a pre-muffler after the cat, and then dual mufflers, which are very cool. Look at this multi-link rear. What do we got? A giant lower A and a very appropriate upper A, and you've got these beefy axles. These axles are actually pretty robust for the 240 horsepower. And then look, remote reservoirs. I think that's what it was when I first saw this car. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? They put remote reservoirs on the suspension of this car. That's some pretty serious shit. And the rear subframe, look at this unit. Goes across here, bolts in with 4 bolts, and the whole thing drops out. It's like one unit. It's all, the A-arms are connected to the subframe. It's all the subframe bolted to the chassis. All the suspension is bolted to the subframe. It's an incredibly solid design. The sway bar is connected to the subframe. You could pull out this subframe, the brakes, the suspension, the differential, everything comes along with it. It's a really modular design, and I respect Honda a lot for building it like this. There's your short drive line. Look at that. End of the transmission, drive line, differential. Very direct. And you'll find that as a theme in this car. So here's the small transmission. Amazing 6-speed transmission that makes all those wonderful sounds when shifting. And then here is the engine, motor mounts, brace, oil pan, and yeah, electric power steering rack. And that's kind of surprising, but they made it work, so I don't hate on drive-by-wire so much anymore, because I've been in cars that actually perform well that are drive-by-wire in certain senses. I mean, I don't think it's drive-by-wire. It's not steer-by-wire. There's a steering shaft, right? Yes, there's a steering shaft. So it's definitely not steer-by-wire, but I heard that they're making cars like that now, which scares me. But it's electric assist, but it still feels very much alive, because the rest of the car is so just amazing. And I'm going to do another video of me test driving this car and driving it hard. And oh, I think it's raining, which I think I'll wait for that. But I'm going to do the front brakes. And yeah, I'm just super happy to have this car in the shop. I hope you are too. And I hope you get something from this video. Let me know if you do. Give it a thumbs up. Is always welcome, so that I know what you guys like. And yeah, but I suppose I will say, what else can I say about this car? I'll say it in the other videos, but for now that's just the basic overview and underview of what a Honda S2000 is. So thanks again for joining me, and yeah, I hope this one turns out good. It's just one solid take, so I didn't get to really think about much of what I said, but it's a very impressive car to me, and